are no maybes, only certainty in you. All our righteousness, you who had no sin became for all, to make sure there are no wrinkles.
There you are. Now, what was I doing? I was listening back to myself, and I was watching myself at the same time. Now, did you know that one of the best disciplines in improving yourself, whether in speaking, public speaking, or singing, is actually recording yourself? Stay tuned. In this episode, you find out why this is very, very, very important. Okay? We'll be right back.
You're the God whose stories we've heard already.
Maybe I should change my tone there. Oh well.
The true vine, we're magnified.
If you can talk, you can sing. There is really nothing to it.
Breathe in, breathe out, add a little vibrato. You said anyone can sing, but you gotta be consistent.
Know your do re mi is just like 1, 2, 3.
You will be the best and you will sing so well. It's time to sing with Frank at TBL.
Did you know that recording and watching yourself sing is kind of like holding up a mirror for your voice? Yeah, and it's way more powerful than it sounds. One of the reasons you have to do this, you just have to do it. This is one thing that improved me so much. So this is one of the reasons you hear what the audience actually hears. Now, inside your own head, your voice sounds different because of bone conduction.
Bone conduction in music is when sound reaches your inner ear through vibrations in your bones instead of through the air. Here's the easy way to picture it. When you sing or speak, your voice doesn't just travel out of your mouth. It also vibrates your skull, jaw, and chest. And those vibrations go straight to your inner ear. That's bone conduction.
A recording actually strips that away. You catch, pitch issues that you may have had when you were singing. You catch tone problems or habits you didn't even know you had. Another reason you have to record or watch yourself. Now, both of them are important. So you can actually get your phone, because most phones these days come with inbuilt recorder, an app that you can record audio with. So what you can do is get your phone just before you go up to sing. Just get your phone and click the record and maybe keep it there and then go sing. You come back and it's still recording, you stop it and later listen to it. And also you can ask someone in the audience or congregation to film you while you're singing. So another reason why this is important is pitch and tuning accuracy. Now, when I say pitch, I hope you understand what I mean. Pitch is quite a common issue singers do have, even good singers. Okay, what is pitch? What is pitch? Pitch is notes. Okay, accurate pitch is when you hit the note accurately. Now, when you sing out of tune or out of pitch, you didn't quite hit the notes. You maybe go above it by some cents or notes, right? Or micro notes, or you didn't quite reach it. Okay, so when you go above the notes, it's called sharp. Yeah, and when you didn't quite reach it, it's below the notes, it's called flat. And I'm going to talk about this in another video where I'm going to just major on pitch. There are ways you can work on your pitch, right? There are devices or apps you can use to measure your pitch. As you sing, you're going to see your voice and where it is, how far it is from the intended notes. So when we're talking about pitch and tuning accuracy, see, when you listen back, it's much easier to notice if you're consistently flat or sharp. You'd also notice if you are rushing phrases. Now, by rushing phrases, this is what I mean. You could be going faster than the beat. Sometimes it does happen, even to good singers, or maybe going slower than the beat and slowing everybody down. Anyway, so let's say, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Now listen. You are great and greatly to be praised. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Now you'd notice some inconsistency. I'm talking about when I sang, you are great and greatly to be praised. Now the other ones I did are actually intentional. They are called phrasing. Okay, they are intentional. But the one in the middle where I went, you are great and greatly to be praised, you hear how horrible it sounds, right? It's way out of timing. So I was really rushing the phrase. Or it could be the opposite. Maybe you're causing everybody else to slow down. Maybe they started singing hallelujah, hallelujah, and then you come hallelujah, hallelujah. Now you're causing the drummer or everybody else to blend into your timing. That's inconsistency. It's not even intentional, so it's not good. Okay, so recording yourself helps you to detect this, and when you detect it, it makes it easier to work on and improve. So like I said, when you listen back, it's much easier to notice your consistency in terms of, I talked about pitch and I talked about rushing phrases and then dragging behind the beat, just like I demonstrated to you. And in the moment, your brain is busy singing, not judging accurately. That's why you have to record yourself, because the way you hear yourself, the things your mind is focused on is different from when you listen back to yourself. Now, when you listen back to yourself, you're not really singing, right? All your 100% focus is targeted to listening to yourself and judging yourself accurately. Trust me, you're gonna hear things you didn't hear while you were singing. Another thing recording yourself and listening back helps you spot is technical habits. You know, some singers along the years growing up, they picked up some bad habits. Now, not necessarily they picked up bad habits from, good singers who sing with bad habits. No, maybe they try to imitate something really nice they hear, but they did it all wrong. Like scooping. I've heard, singers who want to do scooping and it sounds all wrong. Okay, for instance, like when I went, hallelujah. No, let me sing this part. You are great and greatly to be praised. Did you hear that? And greatly to be praised. Now, getting it wrong could sound like this. Oh my goodness, I have to get this right. And greatly to be praised. Just something like that. Okay. It sounds horrible, right? Because they didn't learn it right. They heard it, they liked it, and they want to imitate it, but they didn't do it right. Okay, that could then become a habit as you do it over and over and over again. I've had students like that, right, who picked up some bad habits, and I had to retrain them with the right one. It could take a while. Right? Habits happen by repeating, something over and over again. So likewise, I reverse it. I bring in the right thing, the right information, and they practice with it. Over time, the old one disappears. and they are actually doing very well right now, sounding really good. So watching videos helps you notice physical things that affect sound. You know, I'm kind of mixing up both watching yourself and listening to yourself, okay? Apart from singing habits, how about helping you spot physical things that affect sound? Yeah, for instance, tightening of the jaw or raised shoulders, you know, when you want to sing some certain parts of the song. How about shallow breathing? I've talked about shallow breathing before. And how about poor posture? Yeah. How about tension in the neck or face? And maybe you could also be a speaker, right? Because what I'm saying could apply to you if you speak publicly as well. Maybe you're talking and you didn't even know you're always looking angry, like you're always fighting with someone while you're talking. Now, watching back yourself would help you detect this and help you begin to work at it, and amazingly enough, you'd notice yourself improve. Now, way back I never really liked the way I looked in videos because of some of these physical habits, right? And sometimes I will look at myself in front of a mirror, and it works the same way, okay? It's just about seeing yourself. So I'll practice in front of the mirror, singing or talking and looking good on the camera. What do they call it? Video friendly. Yeah. So imagine you're singing, hallelujah, hallelujah. You know, some people, their face is always like that, you know, the mouth, you know, curved like this, like always angry. Hallelujah, hallelujah. You are great and greatly to be praised. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Trust me, this could be you on stage and you won't know this, right? Until you watch yourself and you be like, is that how? Aha, you detected something. And now you can begin to work at it. Now, like I said, it helped me. And today I love watching myself because I worked at it. Yeah. So in a nutshell, these things are hard to feel while singing, but obvious on screen. Another thing recording yourself and watching yourself back or listening to yourself back helps you do is it helps you build self-awareness and control. Now, in one of my videos, I talked about closing your eyes, but closing your eyes has its benefits for singers, but you could be in the habit of always closing your eyes, and you may not know this until you watch yourself back. Now, once you see and hear your patterns, you can fix them on purpose. That's how singers move from hoping it sounds right to controlling how they sound. So recording yourself and watching yourself back or listening to yourself helps your confidence to grow, helps you to grow in confidence, even if it's awkward at first. Yes, we've all been through that. Every good singer have been through that period of awkwardness. You know, you don't like listening to yourself like 7 years back or 10 years back. Yes, we can understand. It's growth. It's all part of the process of growth, right? So most singers hate watching themselves initially. That's normal. Okay? But over time, you get used to your own voice and presence. And this reduces stage anxiety and it actually boosts your confidence overall. Yeah. In terms of saying these things, there are some things you would require knowledge to be able to correct. And I'm talking about the audio one, okay? For instance, I mentioned something like squeak. Maybe you're not doing it right. You're singing, hallelujah, hallelujah. Or maybe entry, just like this. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. You know, forcefully, and you may not know it because this is what you've been used to for a long time. Now, when you watch or listen to yourself back, let's focus on listening for now. So when you listen to yourself back, you may tell something is wrong. Yes, because your sense of hearing tells you this doesn't sound right. But this is where knowledge comes. You have to get more knowledge. If you're listening back to yourself and you know something is wrong, how can you begin to correct it if you don't know what is wrong at first? You see that? So continue getting knowledge. And where else would you get musical or singing knowledge other than the vocal lexicon, the way you're getting it? It's very simple to understand. I make complicated things sound comprehensive, and I explain almost everything you could think about in singing, and we even dive into the world of music as well. So keep watching my episodes, my videos, and keep getting knowledge. You would surely improve, and you shall know the truth, and the truth will make you free in that area where you are having a challenge. Okay, so let's say you're singing forcefully, hallelujah, and then one day you heard me talk about 3 ways to attack your words. Maybe number one, you can come in with vocal fry. Hallelujah, hallelujah. That's one. Be like, oh, okay, I like that. Or maybe entering some lines with H. Hallelujah. Well, that word already has a H. So let's sing. I love you, I love you. What I actually said was I love you, but adding a H adds some kind of breathy effect to it that makes it sound a little more emotional. Great singers, really good singers, most of them do it. Oh, okay, you'd be like, okay, that's another entry. I like that. Or the third option where you pronounce it normally. You wouldn't talk like that. So why do you sing like that? So you just go, hallelujah. You see that? Normal. So that's the glottal attack. So maybe one day you listen or watch my video and you heard that. Automatically, knowledge has come. You go back to your video and be like, that's it. My entry is weird. My entry is awkward. So I got to use one of these ones I heard Frank, teach in one of his episodes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Another one is maybe your gesticulation is kind of not up to standard. What I mean by gesticulation is, singing is much more than belting out notes, singing out notes. Even if you're singing with the right pitch, your countenance actually works together. Your countenance works together with your sound, right? What I'm saying is, for instance, you're saying something like, you're singing a song to the Lord, and you're singing, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. You see, your hand was all the way down and you are barely moving. Yeah, that could be a problem because what you're singing doesn't match what people are seeing. You see? So what do? When you watch yourself, you'd notice these things and you begin to, gesticulate according to the words. Anyway, by the way, if the words are in your heart, it makes it easier for your body to respond. All right? The spirit controls the physical. Don't forget that. So if it's in your spirit, if it's in your heart and it's coming from there and you're not just singing from your head, it's going to cause your body to respond. You really believe what you're singing. For you're great and greatly to be praised. Come on. I feel it. And my body automatically responds. So that's another thing you have to do as a singer. You have to become the message. Yeah. And your body will respond. If not, go ahead and practice. Practice responding to the message of the song. You are great. You are wonderful. It makes it blend so well. It makes you believable. Yeah, people look at you and like, ooh, I believe him, because the words coming out of his mouth, his body, what was it called? Body language. His body language matches what's coming out of his or her mouth. The next one is tone and consistency. I've taught you how you can manipulate your tone. You'll hear where your tone changes between registers, vowels, or volume levels, and learn how to smooth those out. Okay? For instance, where you listen to yourself like, maybe I shouldn't have dropped my register to have that deep tone here. Maybe I should have sang with a neutral register. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Yeah, soft, nice. Then maybe when you get to you are great, yeah, maybe you should have added it there rather than the beginning. You see what I'm saying? So another thing that recording yourself and listening back helps you do is, you notice that progress becomes measurable. You can't really improve in what you don't measure. You can't really tell whether you're going forward or backward, whether you're making progress or you're not. So old recordings are proof that practice is working. Hearing improvement over time is motivating, and it helps you know what methods actually help you. And I like this next point is about improved musicality. What do I mean improved musicality? You know a lot about music, not just that, but you sound it as well. So listening back helps you notice phrasing, dynamics, and emotional delivery, not just the notes. Okay? And when you watch back, yourself singing, sometimes you think that because I've talked about opening your mouth properly when you sing, and then without seeing yourself or looking at yourself in the mirror or watching yourself back, that moment you're singing, it may feel as if you're really working really hard, you're opening your mouth, in your mind you're seeing yourself go like this, hallelujah. But when you watch back, you actually see yourself doing this, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. I'm telling you, these things do happen a lot. So here's a professional tip. Don't just listen once and cringe. Don't listen at yourself once and cringe, okay? Listen multiple times with different goals in your mind, okay? So number one of the goals is pitch and rhythm. Number two, your tone and breath control, your tone and breath. And then number three, your expression and storytelling or communication of the lyrics. All right. So the bottom line is recording yourself turns practice from guesswork into feedback. It's one of the fastest ways to improve because it makes you your own teacher. What a place to be. Yes, so that's it from me. Make sure you click the like button and click the subscribe button if this is your first time or you've been coming, to our channel but you haven't subscribed yet, okay? But there's something much more better than that, and that is the join button where you click and this makes you a special member. You'd automatically have a badge beside your name, and anybody that sees knows, oh, this is a special member of this channel. Not only that, when I put videos out there, not everybody can watch it at first, but you can watch it as a special member, and the join button helps you, okay, to gain access to perks and videos that haven't been released yet. Yes. And finally, it's a way to support the channel. You'll find 3 categories where you can choose from to support the channel. And I want to say a huge thank you to all my special members out there. You know, you are just amazing. I love you. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for all your comments. All you out there, you know, together we are helping people out there, millions of people, overcome their challenges. All right, so thank you so much for your comments. Thank you so much for your likes. Make sure you ask your questions, okay? You can use my email address, or you can simply put it in the comment section. I'll be seeing you next time. Bye.
If you can talk, you can sing. There is really nothing to it.
Breathe in, breathe out, add a little vibrato. Yes, anyone can sing, but you gotta be consistent.
Know your do re mi is just like 1, 2, 3.
You will be the best and you will sing so well. It's time to sing with friends.